Welcome to Polyterology, hosted by the Cool Crone. Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, joins in. The overachiever Val, Dragonfly Crystals, and Next Level Channeling. Don't forget Cleo the Seer. I'm Tarot Stash, and we have back with us Deanne Shield, Maiden Tarot, and tonight's lucky or unlucky special guest, Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Everyone, please like and subscribe. Show your support. It's free.
Aw, thank you, Gerald. And every time I know that you're going to say that, and I still open my mouth at the beginning. So, I don't know. I'm stage nervous or something. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. This is really good. I had a million little things happening this weekend, so I'm just amazed anybody is here. But they are here. Thank goodness for all your channels, because my poor subscribers probably didn't even get a notice. I have no idea. So we are here tonight to do a little polyterology, and I'm going to give everybody a chance to say hello and whatever's going on their channel. So to me, going this way is Gerald. So I'll just start with him, and then he can figure out who's next.
All right. I have a casual on my channel tomorrow with Heart Centered Tarot. And then I'm a guest on Twillo Lifestyle tomorrow at 5. But then it's caffeinated and unfiltered on my channel Monday at 7 p.m. Cleo the Seer and Val will be there. So if you don't want a blunt reading, don't ask a question. Over to you, Deanne.
Well, hi, everybody. I have Monday at 7 p.m. Central, Arthur, Ease Your Mind on my channel. And then on Tuesday at 7 p.m., I have Kim Intuitive View. And on the 25th, I have at 6 p.m. Central, I have Mark Atha, Spirit Whisper, and he does animal reads. So if you've got any pets that you want read, you can come on that channel. And PD Connect, she's a psychic medium, and we'll be doing personal reads on that day.
Whoa, I'm tired just hearing that whole lineup. That's amazing. Jeez. Okay, Cleo, take it away.
Doing this today, doing uncaffeinated and caffeinated and unfiltered tomorrow with Gerald and Val. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, there's some other stuff going on, but this is the most important thing right now.
Okay, and just a little announcement about Cleo's channel, which hasn't even started yet, and we're getting an echo from somewhere. Do you guys?
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm wondering if it's my phone. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my phone off.
If you have a phone, you could just turn it way down. That's all.
I have it all the way down, I thought, but and I have it turned off. But let me just put it way over here.
Yeah, it's still
echoing, isn't it?
Yeah,
turn the dang thing off.
Oh well, mystery echo. Anyway, my sister Cleo
mystery echo
has a
there.
It's like another guest. So Cleo has not actually put up videos on her channel yet, but drum roll please, she already has 109 subscribers. Go Cleo.
Wow, thank you guys. Thank you, Gerald.
I think when you start putting up the videos, how many you're going to get.
I hope.
I just subscribed earlier today too, so.
Yep.
Yay, Kevin. Great. That's so great. Okay, Val, go ahead.
Okay. Well, what I've got directly after this show is I'm going to be with Amy, Warrior Princess, and David, Tarot by the Bay. So tune into that, and you can catch that on my channel. We're multi-streaming, so yeah. And like Gerald and Cleo said, I'll be on caffeinated and unfiltered. Only watch that if you are very brave and want a blunt answer.
Love it.
You can handle the truth.
I can handle it.
Very good. All right. Go ahead, Sherry.
All right. Well, let's see. Wednesday nights is Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Val and I are both in that, and there's 6 of us. All we meet every Wednesday evening, and then this coming week I've got a live that I'm doing on Allie's channel, Heart and Soul Connected with Heather, Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts, and then Saturday I have guest Joanne Eason. Reach the Unlimited is the name of her channel. She's going to be my guest, and I am in the process of trying to prep my 2-year channelversary coming up at the end of the month. And I'm going to have a great big party, so everybody will be getting invites to come pop in for a few minutes and say hi and all that good fun stuff. And I bought a bunch of stuff I'm waiting to be delivered for free giveaways and to the chat, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Great. That sounds
Cool.
wonderful. And what about you, Kevin?
Well, first off, I'm so excited to be here with everybody.
Yes.
I've read with a few of you. A few of you I haven't read with, so I'm looking forward to that. Just some stuff going on my channel. Tuesdays, I do my own solo political show in the afternoon. Wednesday, I believe I'm on Susan Lynn's channel. We'll be reading politics. I have Mel Dorr. He should be coming on my channel. He's feeling better on Thursday. And then Deanne will be doing personal readings next Sunday. So lots of politics next week.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot to say that, Kevin. I'm sorry.
I got it.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, and so everybody in the chat, if you have failed to subscribe to every single one of our channels, what a loser. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now. You're getting all the goodies. All we ask for is a little subscription or a thumbs up, you know.
I mean, all of the best chatters are here, and they've liked and subscribed. So
Yes.
there.
That's right.
Yep, all of the best chatters are here, and that's I think that's known throughout the internet, as they say.
And can I thank all the chatters for the happy birthday wishes? Thank you so much.
All right, so let's see. What kind of questioning do we have here? Let's see.
Well, wait a minute. What's coming up on your channel?
Oh, on my channel? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to take my hiatus, but before I do, I'm going to be on Linda G's channel on Thursday, and we're going to be talking about politics and some little old astrology there. So that's going to be fun. And then you'll just be getting mainly astrology videos from me during Mercury retrograde because I'm too afraid to be online. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking a break because I'm really, really busy. I start the fair next weekend. So that's 8 weeks, every weekend up at the fair, indoors, outdoors, rain or shine, whatever, you know, and it's a lot, but it's really fun. So if you're in the area around New York, it's just over the border from New Jersey. It's Tuxedo, New York. Sterling Forest. It's in a beautiful wooded area, and this is a kick-ass fair. We have jousting, we have artisans, we have turkey legs, we have readers, we have people doing acrobatics, we have people doing knife throwing, we have fairies, we have the queen, we have the queen's court, we have
knights in shining armor.
We do. We have knights in shining armor, and drum roll, please, we have Vikings and a pub crawl. Come on, who could?
Wow!
What more could you
It's
want?
like America's Got Talent.
It is amazing. It's an amazing fair, and it goes and it
more like America's history.
Yeah, well, it's England's history, but yes, it's because it's all about Elizabethan England during.
And Colleen, don't you have a show on Wednesday with Sybil?
Well, we're recording it on Wednesday, but yes, we're going to be doing a show where I'll probably release that during the Mercury retrograde. We're going to be doing a pick a card show, Cleo and Sybil and I. So that's going to be fun. Nice. And then in September and October, I have a whole bunch of fun things coming up, but it's way too early to talk about that stuff. So yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I do have a show, don't I? All right. So the New York Times, the first thing is they are talking about Ron DeSantis. And boy, things are not going well for Mr. DeSantis. He just keeps getting hit right and left. So I know we don't usually, take odds or bets or anything, but how long can he last in this race? Everybody's against him. Everybody's against him. And he's not getting better numbers. Christie's gaining on him rapidly.
Yeah.
So
so next week is the Republican what is it? A convention or
Debate.
A debate.
Oh, it's just a debate?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I mean that might tell us something about what's happening with DeSantis.
I can
Let's
see
how
I've got to
long
pull
that
up
goes
my
on.
I've got to pull up my little spreadsheet of dates for the
and they're telling him something about like be nice to Trump or something. I can't remember.
I heard that.
Not even going to do it.
Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous.
Well,
He
that's
was
one of the
there.
things that went against him is that somehow his support team leaked the memo that was just meant for him to give him his strategy points for the debate. So now that cat's out of the bag. So he can't even do that stuff, or he just looks like a singing monkey. He just looks ridiculous. And Trump's always bad mouthing him. The news people are all bad mouthing him. So, poor Ronnie. Oh,
Well, I don't
his
see a real
go-go
bright
boots for the
future for Ron DeSantis. I just don't see. He'll really struggle. I'll be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if he drops out. But let the tarot card readers or the card readers see what they came up with.
Okay, whoever has a card. Oh, this one jumped
He's
down.
going
to
to
the ground.
need a compass to get out of, to see his way out of this debate. So he is not going to appear very with it. So probably Christie would walk around him 100 miles an hour.
Oh, good.
Not going to look good.
He's all smoke. There's nothing there.
There's no substance.
There's smoke, nothing there.
I got the 5 of Wands reversed, which tells me that, the exchange of energy, it's going to go off. It's going to end up into a fight and it's going to burn him.
Burn him.
And do you
like
think
fire.
that's for the actual debate, or is that him leaving the race?
I think that's the actual debate. And then I think it may not be until like December when he actually curls up and leaves.
Yeah.
Because I can only show one card. So there you go.
Yeah.
And doesn't it feel like the debate is like a turning point where it shifts it even further the wrong way for him?
Yeah.
I feel like
So,
it's
yeah.
another tipping point.
He's
Yeah.
so totally out of step with reality. It's not even funny. I mean,
Yeah. Duh.
and it turns out his wife is Simon Legree. I mean,
She's bad.
he's the one pushing him into all of this nonsense. So
I got the hangman for DeSantis here. And I think in regards of the debate, he's the sacrifice. I think everybody's going to be going after him. Trump won't be there.
Mhm.
I kind of feel I do see him kind of plummeting. He's not very likable, and but I see his numbers continuing to go down. I think he's going to hang in there for a little bit. I think his goal really is to be the alternative to Trump if Trump is taken out because of all of his legal issues. But I don't think he'll be in the race super long, and maybe even like the first primary, like Iowa. But like shortly after that, I think he's just fizzled out.
Got the
I
same
got-
feeling.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Deanne.
I got the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that's a card of disappointment and revoked offers. It's also a card of a manipulator. I did my pendulum and I do see him dropping out of the race. He is not going to be one of the nominees, I don't believe.
Yeah. I got just the Knight of Swords, but what I got just on kind of a flash on him is that this is going to be so bad for him. And the deadline for all of the people who are indicted in Georgia to turn themselves in is the 25th. And I see that Knight of Swords. I see Ron running to the Georgia courthouse trying to find some friends.
Oh.
Like nobody's talking to him. He's
He's
just
so socially awkward. He
so
is when he
socially awkward. He's just, I don't really think he's going to drop out right here next week, but the astrology is really bad in October. And I could see at the end of October on that second eclipse, I could see him just kind of like, who had the smoke card? Was that Sherry? That when you pulled up that card, that was what I got hit with, is he's just going to kind of like poof, like disappear. So I'm saying end of October. Okay, so here we go.
Now let's talk a little bit about the Fonnie Willis, all the indictments and stuff, because I just recently read that this thing in Georgia could take up to 3 years before we ever see an end result with it, because there's too many people. There's 19 people total that were indicted, that they will make deals with. Well, this is on a psychic level. They'll make deals at least with half, if not more, of these people, because they just, you can't pack 19 people into court for this.
Right, right.
This prosecutor said that they would have like 6 at a time, and that you would take could take up to 3 years, and you've got to separate the cases. So I see a bunch of these people getting off and making deals and doing whatever they can to get out of it, because if they just don't, they will roll over. They will do whatever the court, what Fonnie Willis wants them to do, because they just don't want to be a part of this. So
do we what do we, okay, well, Mark Meadows is the first one who's making a play to get changed out. So
he wants to go to federal court.
Right. So let's see what we think. Yes or no, is he going to get it? Is he going to get a change in venue?
I don't think he is, but let's see what everybody else says.
No.
What was that question again?
Is he going to be able to change the venue, Mark Meadows?
From state court to federal court.
Oh, God, my pendulum is just standing still. I don't think he's getting anything.
Well, I got no, and then I got a no card.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. Okay.
I have the death card, which is a no.
Yeah, just a no.
I have the tower. That's one that deserves this. Tower. No.
Yes, it does.
I agree.
I'm getting a no.
Okay, so he's going to be in the group. What about Rudy?
What do you want to know about Rudy?
Rudy's gonna sing. Rudy's gonna sing. He's gonna just back off. First of all, he's acting like he's an expert in RICO, and apparently he has done a bunch of cases like this.
He has.
And he's calling the whole thing ridiculous. But when push comes to shove, he is going to tell them anything and everything that they want to know. He does not want to go to court. He's running out of money. Trump will not pay him. Rudy's in a lot of trouble, and he's sweating black hair dye.
I swear, absolutely. And I see him going back to being a baby, just blabbing it all. He's like a little kid saying, yeah, what do you want to know? He doesn't want to take the full brunt of everything.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? Don't put me in jail, is what he's saying.
I got him as looking down the barrel of a gun. I mean,
this is how he feels.
There's going to be a lot of people sitting in that jail cells who can't wait to see him marched into there, because he's the one that put them there.
I got the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, it goes to what was being said. He's running out of money. It's not looking good.
No, it's not pretty for Rudy. No,
it's actually he's one that it's impacting the most, because he's losing any credibility that he might have had. He's going to be totally argumentative. He's going to whimper. He's just going to beg. He is going to be a begging mess.
Yeah.
I did the pendulum to see, and I pulled a card, and I get, yes, he's going to talk. He might be talking already. I got the magician in reverse for him. He's a manipulator. He's a manipulator, and he's conniving, and he doesn't have the resources to fight this, and Trump is not going to help him. So he's going to sing like a bird. He says he has insurance. I hope he has good insurance.
Yep.
I have the Seven of Wands, which is defending oneself from multiple attacks. And my feeling with Rudy, I think he's stuck in this. I think he may try to ask for a deal. I feel like he's already asked, and especially in Georgia, she's not really interested. And I feel like Rudy is the scapegoat that they're trying to throw under the bus in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All I will add to what all of you have said is that I think Rudy started talking before the first indictment of anyone went down. I think he's been like the Fuller Brush man, going from door to door to door to door and saying, I can talk. Hey, I have info. Hey, anybody want to hear this? Hey, I got something. And most of them are just like, we already know what you know.
Yeah.
So, they'll take 5 minutes off his sentence, but that's it. They're not, All right.
Yeah, he's still going to jail, I think.
Oh, yeah. And, that'll be a good thing for him because I don't think he has a house anymore. So, he needs a place to stay, honestly.
Free room and board and meals.
Yeah.
I don't think the detox in prison is going to do very well for his health.
Yep.
That's going to be a hard one, too.
Yeah. And at his age, doing a detox, not pretty. That could do him in. So, okay, who else do we have here? How about we've heard a lot in the news with that new video about Mr. Cheese Bro. What do we think's going to happen with him? Is he going to turn and talk, or is he going to just stand tall and be a proud boy about it? You see how I worked that in? You see that? Okay.
That was good.
That was good.
Is that the insurrectionist that they wanted to give 30 years? Who is this?
No,
I'm trying to.
Cheese Bro is, I'm not sure if he's a lawyer or not, but he's the one who actually, I believe is it Jeff Clark or John Eastman, crafted the actual structure of the whole plan for the insurrection.
Oh, okay.
Not the fighting part, for all the fake electors and taking over and having it lead to the insurrection. Like he kind of wrote up the PowerPoint that showed everybody what to do. So he pulls together like all 150 little strings that made all of Trump's horrible plans.
Yeah, he is probably the one that is going into court.
He needs a repairman to come and fix his, pardon my expression, his shit, what he's created, because he doesn't know how to frame it now so that he is, absolved of it. So yeah, it's not going to be pretty. There's no way for him to even say, oh, I turned, over whatever evidence. He was too much into it. Like his
he's in trouble, and I think that he's one that will not be able to make a deal, and he will end up in court, and he will end up being found guilty of something because he is too involved. And his only defense, and this will not work, and he knows it too, is saying, well, I just did what the president told me to do. And that's what a lot of them are going to try to say, but that's not going to work. They all have brains. They all know better. And, that guy is in big trouble.
Well, in the Jan 6 interview, when they asked him if he was actually on the grounds of the White House on January 6th, he pled the Fifth. And he couldn't say, no, I didn't write that 19-page memo or whatever the hell it was. But he did say, but I didn't tell him I thought it was legal and that they should do it. I didn't say they should do it. And so that's his defense. He is an attorney. I just Googled it. He's an attorney. So revoke his law license. He's an idiot. He should never be a member of the bar.
Right.
And, bye-bye.
I had two cards.
It feels like a permanent revocation, not just like take it for a year or something. Because if he is that involved in the insurrection, he will not be an attorney.
We'll put it this way. I don't think he's going to need a law license when he's locked up.
True.
Go ahead, Sherry.
I had two cards jump out when I was shuffling. Dust in the graveyard.
Mm.
And the song by Kansas, Dust in the Wind, is like playing through my brain as this came out. I was like, okay.
And this fell out of the deck. The ghost.
I got the Four of Cups. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
You first, Ann.
I got the Four of Cups in reverse. Yes, he's trying to make them an offer. They're going to refuse it. He's getting clarity about how much trouble he's in, and he's pretty depressed. So now he's wanting to offer them something, and they're going to say no. I did the pendulum and said yes. He's going to jail.
Yeah, I have the Hierophant reversed. So Colleen, that's exactly it. It's like, no. I mean, he's supposed to uphold the law, and instead he's screwed it over, and he will pay for it. And he will lose everything that he worked so hard for.
Yeah. My mom's from Iowa. We have a name for people like that. He's just a little pudding head. Nothing up there. It's all squishy. Kevin, did you go? Go ahead.
I have the Nine of Swords here, which is nightmares, being fearful. In this deck, it's restriction, similar to like the Eight of Swords. So for me, this feels like he's bound and locked up. I do think he may try to make a deal, saying that I was kind of the strategist behind everything. I know all the details. I don't think that they're interested. This is get ready for the handcuffs.
Yeah. And they keep saying that in a conspiracy, everybody who's in is in not just for a penny, but for a pound. They're in for everything. Yeah. So none of these arguments are going to really work. Let's see if we can figure out in what year will this case begin.
Okay.
Georgia?
Georgia?
Yeah. So obviously it's not happening in 2023. So you can start with 2024. This case can go in 2024.
Well, I do think it will start in 2024.
Yeah, that's what my pendulum says. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it may not end until 2026 because it's going to be split up.
Look at that, 2024. Yes, it's starting in 2024.
I have 2024 too.
Yeah,
maybe
I got
energy towards like the end of the year, though.
Yeah, and that's fine. And if it takes 3 years, then it'll end up in 2027. But do you think that it's going to go in sections, right? So maybe like every year we'll get another half dozen that get.
No, I think they might be able to cram 2 of them into 1 year.
I'm getting 2 groups because I think a lot of them are going to turn.
So 2025 is going to be a real fun year for polyterology.
Yeah, I was looking and asking. I agree with you, Kevin. Late in 2024, a whole lot is going to happen in 2025 because we have the Hierophant. Mm-hmm. It's going to bleed over into 2026 because we have the King of Swords, and people are going to be left out in the cold. They're going to be hauled off. So it's going to be. It's not going to be clean. It's not going to be tidy. It's going to be long and tedious, and in fact, some of them may try to drag it out because people will get tired of it and they will lose interest. And I get the feeling that no, the lawyers will not let that happen.
Yeah. No, I think
I got a 9. I just wanted to say I got a 9. So that's either September of next year or that's 9 months from now. And before I did that, I pulled this and I counted 7 points, including the leaves. So that would be March of 2024. That would be best case scenario. So between 9 months.
Well, Bonnie's asking for March 4th or 5th.
And this says, my first card says 7 months from now, which would be March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that person sitting with all the cups, that would be Fonnie Willis saying, yes, sir, and give me more.
Well, but it might be that what starts off is all these where they're trying to give deals to people or where people are asking for deals. So it won't necessarily be the court case yet.
Right. It's probably not going to be all 19, not at all. So
No,
that's
when I
good.
did my pendulum, I got it was starting in 24 and ending in 26.
That's what I got too on my pendulum mat.
That's
Same
fast.
thing, Sherry.
That's fast. Well, I remember in the old days when Watergate was going up.
Well, this thing makes Watergate look like child's play.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
does, but Watergate is the only semi roadmap that we have. And I
Exactly.
remember, don't you remember, Cleo, our parents just saying, God, is this ever going to be over? Okay, just put the guy away. You know,
Yes.
it just seemed to go on
Yeah.
forever, but it was good. I mean, it didn't do everything it should have done, but it did something. It let the country know that
You
he
can't
was
get away with it.
accountable. He couldn't get away with it. Yeah, that was good.
I've heard his numbers are going down even in the Republican Party,
Oh,
that
yeah.
people are starting to pull away from him. And I think Christie's getting a lot of those independents and stuff, so that's taken away from him.
Yeah, and weren't they wrong about Christie? Let's do a little
Yes.
read on Christie. Is he going to actually be a contender for the nomination?
Actually,
Yay.
I've thought that from the beginning, only because Chris Christie is the only one that has come out and said exactly what this really is. You know, he said everybody's looking around like, oh God, what are they doing this to Trump? He said they're doing it because Trump did something wrong. And so he is saying exactly how it is. So I have felt, I feel like Chris Christie could be the nominee. However, there's some other people that I don't really know about that might be better than him. But I don't really mind that idea, Chris Christie. I mean, I don't think he'll win, but not a bad idea to have him in there because he does try to be a little bit more transparent than the others.
Right.
Unless you're dealing with
A
Bridges.
little more reasonable. But
Yeah.
I was shocked when the deck of character gave me the Trump card. So I'm confused and I don't know, mystified. So
Well, he is a large man. Can we all agree on that? He is a large man. So maybe that card is saying now he's the whale.
it
He
could be.
makes me look like Twiggy.
I
That's,
choose to believe
so
your idea about what this means. I like that better. Yes.
Yeah, and I got the Queen of Pentacles, so his money's going to go through the roof. You know, he's going to get plenty of money to push him through. And let's face it, if Go-Go Boots DeSantis drops out, and then Trump gets a cold or I don't know, a stroke, one of the two, he's going to be out of the box. I just his health has got to be terrible. This poor guy. I don't see
Christie's
him
the only one that's got
end
the
of the
guts
year.
for it right now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the only one that's got the guts for it.
You're right, Sherry. You're right.
God,
You're right.
that's hilarious.
I think he's going to make some surprises. I don't think he's going to get the nomination. I feel like it actually may be Trump, to be completely honest with you.
And that majestic whale spoke of the big orange man. So
But I get that he's going on the attack here too. So this is like the chariot. He's really trying to fight for the Republican Party, and I do think that he's going to go up. I don't think it's enough to get. I don't think he's popular enough to get the nomination.
Probably not.
Right. It might be just the popularity. He's not big enough to do it.
Health issue before the end of the year. I'm just doing something on Trump, so talk amongst yourselves.
Well, as it gets closer and we keep reading on it, it could change totally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Christie could become more well-known and more of a player. All these things could happen, especially after the debate happens. So,
the issue though, I feel like over half of the Republican Party is taken over by all these terrorists that support Donald Trump.
Yes.
Trump could be in jail and they would still support him. That's the issue. I'm feeling like he may get the nomination and then like a health crisis comes up or some kind of legal thing coming up in the summer of next year. And because I feel chaos around the Republicans scrambling to throw somebody in there before the next election. That's my prediction.
Well, and I know there are petitions going up in states all across the country from these constitutional watch groups that are saying he can't run. you can't allow him to even be placed on the ballot because of the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, there is that going around right
he
now.
he can't even run for office. So
Right.
depending on the state and how much response they get on that, there may be several states that won't even let him go on the ballot.
And that's getting a lot of traction in the news, a lot of traction. I have to apologize to everybody last week when I said, no, he needs to be, actually found guilty in a court of law. I was wrong. Totally wrong. And of course, I am not, I know a lot of you guys think this, but I'm not a constitutional scholar. So I don't actually know. But I'm listening to Lawrence Tribe and Judge Luttig, and they're making the rounds on the news shows and explaining this. I haven't actually heard the whole or read the whole article or anything, but still, I mean, it is up to it's what Cleo, it's what you and I talked about. It's up to the secretaries of state in each state. And there's enough secretaries of state that still feel the battering and bruising of the last election that they're ready to say, oh, I have a valid reason to not have that orange menace on my ballot. Yes, please.
That's what they're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
So in fact, in 2021, when the attack happened, and about a month afterwards, I saw there's a couple of very far left journalists that they do a show like once a week where they go over all the information they've gathered, and they had a guest person on who was talking about the 14th Amendment, and she said something about they should be glad that it's not the original 14th Amendment, that it's been amended since the Civil War, because the original 14th Amendment, the punishment for what happened January 6th is death.
Yeah.
Don't pass go, no collecting $200. You're going straight to the graveyard. End of discussion.
Yeah.
And during the Civil War, they amended it and they changed it to you would no longer be able to hold office, run for office, X amount of years in jail, blah, blah, blah. And I was shocked. I never knew that either. I mean, but
yeah, I mean, there were many laws on the books after the Civil War that were just never enforced, ever. And that's why you had Juneteenth. I mean, there were whole states that didn't realize that, the war had been won in the way that it was won and that slavery had been abolished. They had no idea. So, in those days, communications were very slow.
Yeah, right.
But, okay, so we squared.
I was going to say real quick on mine that it was a maybe with my pendulum, and then I pulled the hangman. It says they're uncertain and they're waiting. They're seeing things from a different perspective. There's a lot of people that are waiting and seeing what happens before they make up their mind on him. And I think that's why the pendulum won't give me a direct answer on it.
Yeah, and the eclipses that are coming up are, the second one is awful. I mean, it is going to bring big shit. It's just going to bring big shit. It just is. I'll just say that. And then, next spring we'll have a pair of eclipses. I haven't looked at those yet, but I just got done doing the videos for October, and oh my God, no bueno. I got to compare it to Trump and Biden in the U.S. and see what the impact is. But there's going to be impact, boy, and it's not going to be pretty.
Well, and
I just got to hit.
Go ahead.
I just got to hit real quick, if I can just say.
Yeah.
We're kind of talking about like the debates and everything for this week. I feel like it's very low ratings for it, to be honest with everybody. I don't think a whole lot of people are watching it just yet.
Which is too bad for Christie, because he's probably going to do great. But
yeah.
What are you going to do? All right. Well, what do we think is going to happen then? Well, have we dug that into the ground, the stuff? Shall we move on to something else? Okay. Yeah. So, oh, you've got stuff here. Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Some of those may be old. We already answered.
Okay. I like this one. What's going on with Roger Stone?
Yeah.
That guy is such a goofball.
He is a big goofball.
with a big tattoo of Nixon on his back. Let's not forget that.
That tells you something right there.
And a really good tattoo. Have you seen it? It's really good. It's very,
Yeah.
very good.
For real, he has a tattoo of
Yeah,
Nixon on his
and
back.
it looks like-
Nixon's face.
Oh my God.
It looks like a goddamn photograph. It's beautiful. It does. It's really good.
Oh, you won't believe the card I got again. Out of all these cards, I am just.
What's
you
it
know,
say?
I think he's in Delulu land,
Mm.
delusional kind of grandiose dreams of he'll never get touched, or they're going to ride this out and Trump is going to be president. I really do think he's in the camp of that kind of thinking, delusional. This is his master. Or
Well,
he is
I
the
feel
master.
Everybody see
I
that
pulled the
video
watchdog out.
of Stone?
I think he sees himself as
Yeah.
a watchdog for everything. I mean,
Yeah.
he had a damn documentary from company from France, I think
Norway
it
or
was.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was actually there
Yeah.
to film everything because he thought it was going to go down in history as
yeah,
the
exactly.
greatest thing to ever happen, and he wanted every minute documented.
Like he was a statesman drafting some unbelievable world famous bill or whatever.
He thought he was James
That's the
Madison.
video I'm talking about.
He thought he was James Madison 2.0, right? Rewrite the goddamn Constitution.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said
Yeah. And I can just hear him now. I regret I have but only one back to give to my leader.
Oh my God. Oh God. What an idiot.
And he's had that thing since
I'd love to
Watergate.
see him in the showers with that on his back
it. Oh,
Or
God.
on the
in
beach.
prison, in the prison showers.
I did the 4 of coins here reversed. In this deck, it's somebody that's just trying to hold on, somebody that's really greedy, trying to steal things, hold on to his power. That's what it feels like to me. Like he's desperate to hold on to his power and influence. But I think, like Val was saying, there's an element of delusion there. So I think he's going to be getting a big reality check very shortly.
Mhm. Yeah, agreed.
Is
Anybody
he
else?
currently living out of the country?
No, I think he lives in Florida.
No, he's here in
Okay.
I got the Empress upright, but I am reminded that this person is trying to make something work for them, and it's not necessarily going to work out because it's going to be the garden's going to be overtended, or it's not going to be tended at all, and it's just going to fall apart.
Mhm.
It's like an absent parent.
Yeah.
So
I got the King of Swords in reverse, and that's somebody who is ruthless and uses intimidation on people, irrational. And I asked if he's going to be talking and spilling and flipping on Trump, and yes, he will.
Oh,
He's going to be questioned. He's going to be questioned, and he's going to, because he's in trouble for some stuff too.
Oh yeah, he's in big trouble.
Well, hasn't he already spent time in prison?
Yes, he got pardoned,
But he got pardoned.
but that pardon may not stick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or he
no.
gets charged for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Pardon
so.
may get taken.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose that pardon because he paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that paid Rudy and Trump for his pardon.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, and if Trump is ever legally declared as never having been president because he was never truly elected, he was placed there by a foreign enemy,
Mhm.
then there's a lot of stuff that he did do that, from what I've heard constitutional people talk about, will immediately become undone because he didn't have the power to do them.
Correct.
Right. I
Right.
can't wait for that day.
That would be the biggest celebration in the world. Not
It would be in the world. Yeah, because
the world.
the world is just holding their breath. They don't even want to think about the United States elections, and here we are. We're just obsessing over them because of all of this activity and the courts and the indictments and stuff, and they're just like, oh my God, please just don't fuck up the world again.
Yeah, we're like a third world country to them now.
Yes.
Demoted. That's right. We have been
Demoted.
Well, it's just like when it was called that Biden won, it wasn't just in America that people literally took to the streets.
They were
to
all
dance.
over
It
celebrating,
was all
dancing
over
in the
world.
streets.
There were people dancing in the streets in London, in
Yeah.
Prague,
Everywhere.
in Paris, just all over the planet.
I think
And,
he'll be gone though. He'll be passed before that happens, before they find, they find and declare that he was an illegitimate president. But, I don't know how long that's going to be, but with his health and the way he's looking,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. It's a while before that happens. I'm feeling like I'm seeing the number 4, so it could even be like 4 years out.
Yeah. It will happen now.
Yeah, pretty bad. So, who else do we want to look at here? Should I just spin the wheel? Should I bring out the wheel?
Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Bring out
See
the
who you
wheel.
got.
Okay, we're bringing out the
Wheel
wheel.
up.
Kevin, brace yourself. This is
All right.
this is very high production value. You might not be used to this. I have such great.
Are we
No.
spinning the wheel with the little hands?
No,
I'd be impressed if we did that.
I wish I could. I have little hands, but it won't fit in my PowerPoint. So let's see.
I'm just getting ready.
Spin that wheel, Gerald.
Oh, come on.
Uh-oh.
Mercury. Where'd it go?
Oh my
Am I on the wrong
gosh.
screen? Am I on the wrong screen? What's going on?
I don't
there
know.
it was. It was just coming on at the end. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. Okay, entire screen. Choose that one. Share. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this screen is called the indicted ones. And
Love it.
I've got a few people on here that are not actually listed in the indictment, but we're pretty sure they're going to be indicted at some point. All except I don't know about Mr. Raffensperger, so he may have to come off the list. Okay, so Kevin, the way we play this, since you're the guest, you can tell me to stop. I'm going to start spinning the wheel.
Okay.
And then whatever number it lands on, it's going to be one of these lovely people. Okay, and here we go.
Stop.
And it's on number 20. And number
Donald
20 is Donald Trump. Now, I have full disclosure, Donald Trump's on this list about 4 times. So, you're going to hit him quite a few times.
Well, no, it's
Right.
Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, this is Donald Trump Jr.?
Yeah.
No. Number 20 is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Number 12 is Don Trump Jr. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Number
Okay.
1 is Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's on there several
So is
times.
number 10.
He's indicted more than once, so he gets to be up there more than once.
Thank you,
Oh,
Deanne.
okay. All right.
Thank
I
you.
see.
Thank you.
What a
So are we
goofy
just
list,
asking?
Colin.
Are we just asking what's going on with Donald Trump, or are we throwing a card for the indictment with him?
Well, do we think that I don't know. I'll let you pick, Kevin. You're the guest. Go ahead. What do you want us to read on?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. I think we've read on him enough to know how he's probably reacting. So, which is not very well, but I don't know. Whatever you guys want to read on it.
Somebody asked if this was indictment bingo.
Kind of. Yeah, I wanted to do indictment bingo, but I couldn't find any cards that were really the most current. They were all from like 2016. So, yeah. So, do we think Mr. Trump will be in the first group to be tried in Georgia? Because they're going to split that up into groups, right? So is he going to be?
Okay.
And also, what about the debate? Is it going to be a big deal that Donald Trump's not in the debate because of all his other activities, or is it going to be like, well, he's in the lead, so what does he care? He doesn't need to debate.
Okay. So we'll read about that. So what's going to be the result of Donald Trump not being a part of the debate? Okay, good one.
One card, right?
Yep.
Say that question again.
What will be the result of Mr. Trump missing the debate? Will it be a big deal or a nothing burger or something else?
Well, I think it gives everybody an opportunity to attack. I think these people are still so afraid of Donald Trump that they won't take advantage of it. But with him not being there, they should go ahead and just bring him down. He can't do anything about it. And he'll be talking negatively about it no matter what on his social channel, his website. So
Yeah, I see this. I have the mirror. This is like him looking at himself, getting all the attention on him because he's not at the debate.
yeah,
He is going to create this whole illusion where he doesn't even have to because he's already king and he's already in there. So it's like these two are just making noise and he's already the nominee. That's how he's going to frame it.
I totally
That's
agree.
Club. It seems to me like he just thinks he can dance the night away.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal, you know.
Yeah, no big deal.
Go ahead.
I got the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and so I get that it's going to be a lot of chaos. It's going to be disorganized and unbalanced.
Okay. Anybody else?
I have the Chariot reverse, and in this deck, he's getting spears thrown at him. So it's kind of like, for some people, he's the target for skipping out in the debate. But also, I feel like part of the reason why he doesn't want to be on the debate is because this is a defensive position. He doesn't want to be attacked live on air too. So kind of like the coward is what I'm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anybody else? Did everybody go?
I got Judgment, and I love this because there's a huge hand coming out from the sky, and I just think it's a very funny image, and it's just stuff's gonna fall. People are gonna see, they're gonna see things for as they really are.
Yeah. I think, well, we can read on this too. There was a rumor that he was going to choose that day to turn himself in to kind of take all the oxygen out of the room.
True. That could
I
be.
could see that.
Yeah,
I could
So
see
that's
that.
we want to
fascinating.
those of you with pendulums, we want to do a little yes, no on that.
Yeah. Well, Donald Trump
I get a
turned
big
himself
yes
in on
on
the
that.
day of the debate. I get yes.
Oh my
When is
God.
the debate?
It is
I'm
I
getting
have
a big yes.
the 24th, hang on. I've got it on my other screen.
24th is Thursday.
Yeah, it is the debate. The first Republican debate is the 23rd. It's Wednesday.
I'm
Right
getting
when
a big yes.
Mercury goes retrograde.
Yes, it's the day Mercury goes retrograde, and Friday the 25th is their deadline for getting turned in Georgia.
I got a yes, Ace of Swords.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And maybe that's why I got the Chariot reverse too, because it's a lot of the attention's going to be on him. Like I said, I didn't feel like a lot of people were going to watch the debate. Maybe they're
Well,
watching.
Right.
And he said it. In an interview, he said, "If I'm that far ahead of everybody else, why should I give them a chance to throw rocks at me?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip it for that reason." But he's gonna pull all the attention because he's gonna go and turn himself in.
Mhm.
That is exactly something he would do.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, I think also during the debates, they're going to put on TV the interview with Tucker Carlson.
I think he canceled that, didn't he?
Well, no, the last I heard he didn't, that they've already pre-recorded that show and that they're going to put it on to counterbalance the debate.
That makes sense. So he's going to be
He
on.
could do both.
And
If he's pre-recorded.
Yeah. So he's also going to be turning himself in.
So people will be watching that and watching him get arrested and take the attention off the debates and the other people.
But if you heard what the sheriff of Fulton County said, is that, it's not that big of a place. And when people come for getting to, when they come in to surrender, they have to kind of sit in a jail cell for several hours waiting.
Mm.
That's going to wrinkle his suit, isn't it?
Big time.
In more ways than
Yeah.
one.
A little bit.
Going to wrinkle that suit. Yep. All right. So, do we have time? Yeah, it's not quite an hour yet. So I'm going to bring back my indicted ones screen, and we're going to pick another number. And Deanne, I'll let you tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop.
Oh, and I did it again. That's terrible. Sorry.
Okay.
I should have learned this from last week. We try it again.
Okay, stop.
Okay, and it's right in between 9 and 10. So just choose one, 9 or 10.
10.
It's Donald Trump again.
Oh,
Junior.
Okay, so let's do Junior. Okay, so here we go. We'll hide that and we'll stop that. So our faces are all big and beautiful. And what do we think is happening this week for Don Jr.? Let's just confine it to this week. What's happening for Mr. Don Jr.? I know his girlfriend has a happening show. I don't know.
She does?
Yeah, they were featuring it on Midas Touch, and I think she films it out of her house, and she gets all dressed up, and for the intro for it, she does a full body shot of herself in one of the rooms in her house, and she's all glammed out, and she interviews MAGA people.
oh.
Big surprise.
Well, this is
Yeah.
the energy of Donald Trump Jr. right now, which he may be doing the drugs a little too much right now. There's the dead fish and the sunken ship. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that he is really taking himself down a dark road, that health-wise and mentally, I don't know how he's going to recover physically and go through this. He's really.
I have the King of Cups here, and typically the King of Cups is a really kind-hearted, loving person, which I don't think represents Donald Trump Jr. very well. For me, I'm getting called to the cup, and it's just like kind of like drinking his sorrows away, or
Indulgence.
or thwarting them.
Yeah, indulgence.
Throwing his sorrows away.
Blackpool the mirror.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes to look at himself in the mirror at all, because he sees himself as just one of the elves that Daddy's got running around doing whatever. He doesn't have the one thing that consistently have pulled on him. He has no self-esteem whatsoever.
Mm.
And
Well,
all
growing
he
up
wants
in
is
that
Daddy
family
to
with
love
that
him,
dad.
and Daddy can't stand him.
Yeah.
Well, I see him being very concerned about his own finances, his own fortune.
Yep.
They all are.
Yeah.
You got the
I
same
got the 4 Pentacles. He's hanging on to his money, trying to figure out how he can hide his money. What can he do with his money? He's worried about that. His finances, trying to stay in control.
I got the Queen of Wands reversed. He's going to lose his shit. Excuse me. He's going to go overboard. Things are going to go wackadoodles. And he's going to just lose control. Everything is just going to go sideways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the on October 2nd, which I think is really close to the first eclipse in October. They have the Trump org fraud civil case coming to trial.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, not exactly a family reunion you want or you look forward to.
No.
But hey, Ivanka's off scot-free. She's not going to be involved with it. So yay.
That's right, because it's statute of limitations has run out, right?
She's
Does
very
anybody feel like the civil case with Letitia James is eventually going to turn into a criminal case? I kind of feel like either the IRS or they go after after the family. I feel like that's what Junior actually gets in trouble for when he's getting some jail time.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Letitia James case is the Jan 6 committee to Jack Smith, you know?
Yeah.
Like it opens it all up, lays it all out, and then they go, aha, that's the piece we couldn't find before, because they hid everything. I mean, I mean, nothing on their books was right. And don't forget too, they've had that monitor in-house in Trump org since last year, I think. I can't remember when that started, but I want to say that it's coming up on like a year of that person being in-house looking over their shoulders. That's got to have uncovered quite a bit too.
Ivanka didn't have to do that though, did she?
No, Ivanka got herself split off from them. I don't know if there's a separate case against Ivanka or not. I mean, she probably has done quite a few shady things, copyrights in China. So she's got
voting machines.
Yeah, voting machines, coffin casket company. She's done quite a few things that were shady, not to mention all of the undue enrichments that they all got while Daddy was in the White House. I mean, isn't that illegal too?
Yes,
I mean,
and that $2 billion, they got to explain that too.
Yes.
They got some splaining to do.
They got some splaining.
They do. All right, so we're just at an hour, and if anybody has a last question, let's have it. Let me look over here. I'm so sorry, people in the chat. I'm so bad at looking for.
Pegasus is asking if we think if the Mueller report will be re-examined.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good question.
Let's look at that.
What's the question?
Will the Mueller report
will be re-examined?
It's a while off, but I'm getting an absolute yes.
I'm getting yes.
I'm getting 2024. I'm going to take a wild stab, but I'm going to say early though in 2024, like a February.
Yes, then we're going to go for blood with it.
Because don't forget, Mr. Mueller also had, what was it, 32, 36 sealed indictments. Oops, they unsealed. Yay!
I have the magician, so this is using your tools at your disposal. That's an absolute yes.
Yeah.
I got the 7 of Wands. So I think it's going to be 7 months, which would be early 2024.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting too. Yeah.
My pendulum mat is pointing to 7 as well.
Wow.
You cannot make this stuff up, people. We're not just talking. We're psychics.
January. February is 7 months. February. So
we'll see.
Yes, audience. We aren't just BSing. We are actually getting impressions.
We really are psychic.
Yeah. Otherwise, how stupid do you guys look in the chat for even watching us?
Oh, that's no way to treat the chatters.
The best. And they know I'm saying that with the utmost love and respect. They understand. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I love all of you deeply. You know this. So, okay. Well, I think that wraps us up at an hour. It's a school night for me, so I have to get up in the morning. But thank you all for being here. And I thought we were so well behaved, except me, but we were all very well behaved. We shared. Everybody had time. Everybody did. I thought we did very well.
It's your channel. You don't have to behave.
No matter what Colleen says to the chatters over here, we totally appreciate you. We love your questions. We had too many people today to spend a whole lot of time on your questions, but hopefully we got some answers for you, whether you asked that question or not. And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, Kevin, you were a wonderful addition to this crazy crowd. And Deanne, thank you for having the nerve to come back. We're really
it's fun. I've enjoyed myself.
Yes, me too.
That's good. It's always fun, and we'll have to do this again. But I'm going on my little hiatus, so you won't see me, I think, for a little while, except for on Linda's channel. And thank you so much, all of you. Thank you in the chat. I really do mean that with all my heart.
We'll
Even
just
though I'm kind
pick
of
this back up again when you come back from hiatus.
What's that?
I said we'll just pick this back up again when you come back.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We will. So look for my little postings, and you'll see what's going on with the fair and what's coming up back on my channel. So everybody, go ahead and say your goodbyes. Everybody, take a chance or take a turn.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thumbs up.